It's unbelievable. I go out with my crew every day. They're tremendous people. And we love McDonald's. It's great. I mean, I live on McDonald's and Diet Coke. It's a tremendous diet. And look at how trim I look. I'm the handsomest president in the world. What do I have to do? Everything myself here?
That's not President Trump in a hard hat ranting at a construction site. It's a guy who may just be the world's greatest Trump impersonator. 58-year-old Thomas Mundy is an iron worker from Long Island. He happens to bear a striking resemblance to the president, who let loose on the White House lawn today with First Lady Melania by his side.
Trump's running the country again, but this time he's running a construction crew. Meet Thomas Mundy, the guy who can build a wall and sound exactly like the one who wanted to build it. Mundy's impression is so spot on, people are asking him to build a wall around their houses.
I have to come in and do this job on time and under budget. It was a fit made in heaven. We're both from Long Island. He's from Queens. I'm from Long Beach.
The Democrats are trying to win 2020. They're not going to win with the people that I see.
The Democrats have pissed me off so much.
Earlier this month, a coworker posted this video online, and it went viral.
We're having a tremendously huge time together, the president and I.
Naturally, Mundy and his crew are busy building what else?
Tremendous walls. And it's really a great project.
But here's the kicker. He's just a regular construction worker who stumbled into internet fame. How did this everyday guy end up impersonating one of the most recognizable voices in the world? Stick around to find out. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Picture this. A dusty construction site in Long Island. Guys in hard hats, sweating under the sun. Then one of them opens his mouth and out comes Donald Trump? Yep, you heard that right. Meet Thomas Mundy, your average Joe with a not so average talent. He's been laying bricks and trumping it up for years, but his coworkers thought it was just a joke.
And I am going to make America great again. And when I do, I'm going to make Australia great again. Numerous people that I'm big down under, which I feel is true. I think the Australian people love me. You love me, right? I know you do. So I would like to tell you, I am going to win this election, and I am going to build a wall around Australia, and we are going to make New Zealand pay for it.
Hey Tommy, do the thing. They'd yell, and he'd launch into a rant about how his lunch was the best sandwich, believe me folks. Then one day, someone caught him on camera. His impression went viral faster than you can say cuffef. Suddenly, this guy who spends his days covered in cement is getting calls from TV shows. Mundy's trying to keep it cool, but come on. One minute he's arguing with his foreman about proper scaffolding, the next he's on Good Morning Britain. His boss starts giving him weird looks. Hey Tommy, can you do that thing where you talk about the wall? And Tommy's like, which one? The one we're building or the one Mexico's paying for? The whole crew cracks up, but they're also kind of impressed. The construction site becomes a bizarre mix of hard work and Hollywood. Guys are asking for autographs on their hard hats. Some of them even start practicing their own Trump impressions, turning lunch breaks into impromptu comedy shows. It's like SNL, but with more concrete and sweat. Mundy's life takes a surreal turn. He's still showing up for work, covered in dust and carrying his lunchbox. But now he's also getting recognized at the hardware store.
Virus! I beat the virus! I said they trying to give him the virus. Look, who is they? And the said, I beat the virus! They were like, he beat it!
Aren't you the Trump guy? People ask, and he has to decide whether to answer as himself or go full Donald. His coworkers can't believe it. They're working with a celebrity now. Some of them are even asking for autographs on their hard hats. It's getting weird, folks. But here's the kicker. Mundy's impression is so good, it's causing confusion. He gets a call from a fancy TV producer who wants him on their show. But when he answers the phone in his normal voice, they think it's a prank and hang up. He has to call back in his Trump voice just to convince them it's really him. The local news shows up at the construction site, hoping to catch Mundy in action, but they end up interviewing the wrong guy because half the crew is now doing Trump impressions. It's like a very specific, very bizarre epidemic has hit Long Island, so Mundy's got himself a new gig as Long Island's premier Trump impersonator. But here's the kicker, he's still showing up to work every day, hard hat and all. Imagine that chat with HR. So Thomas, we've noticed you've been making America great again on company time. The guy's juggling power tools and TV appearances like a circus act. 1 minute he's up on the scaffolding, laying bricks. The next, his phone's buzzing with producers wanting to book him. Mr. Mundy, we'd love to have you on our show. And he's there, covered in cement dust, trying to explain that he can't exactly waltz off the job site for a quick TV spot. But that's not even the wildest part. Mundy's Trump impression has gotten so good, people are getting confused. He walks into Home Depot for some supplies, and suddenly, he's surrounded by folks asking him to make America great again. He's there thinking, I just want to make this kitchen remodel great again, folks. Then there was the time a client asked him to build a wall around their house. Mundy had to explain that, yeah, he could do that, but not in the way they were probably thinking. No gold-plated bricks or Trump spelled out in topiary. Sorry. His co-workers? They're not helping. The whole construction site's turned into some bizarre political improv show. You've got guys doing their best Bernie Sanders while operating a jackhammer, or channeling AOC while mixing concrete. It's like SNL, but with more safety violations. Poor Mundy's trying to keep it professional, but it's tough when you're known as that Trump guy. He's worried his boss might fire him for being a distraction, but let's be honest, how often do you get a chance to say, you're fired to the guy who does Trump impressions? This whole situation's got Mundy doing more balancing than a tightrope walker. 1 minute he's Thomas the construction worker, the next he's Donald the deal maker. It's leading to some pretty hilarious mix-ups, like the time he answered a call from a TV producer in his normal voice, and the guy thought it was a prank, or when he accidentally slipped into his Trump voice while giving instructions to the new guy on site. Let's just say that forklift operation got very tremendous. Talk about a career change. Thomas Mundy went from swinging hammers to nailing Trump impressions. One day he's laying bricks, the next he's laying down punchlines on TV. Producers are blowing up his phone like it's the hotline to the Oval Office. Mundy's not just excited, he's probably wondering if he should trade his hard hat for a MAGA cap. But here's the kicker, Mundy's still figuring out this whole fame thing. He's like a fish out of water, flopping from construction sites to comedy clubs. Can you imagine him trying to explain his new gig to his old crew? Sorry guys, can't pour concrete today. Gotta go impersonate the guy who wanted to pour concrete across the entire southern border. So next time you pass a construction site, listen up. That "you're fired" might not be coming from the foreman. It could be Long Island's very own accidental Trump clone, building a wall of laughter one impression at a time.